when you start getting into delay and reverb, you start to find out that, wow, these pedals get really, really expensive. And so today we're going to pose the question, can a pedal that is less than $100 and claims to do 3 types of delay and 3 types of reverb, can it stack up? How good can it do? Could it really be that good at all? So many questions, so many answers. We're going to get into it. So let's get into it. So as I always like to do with these sort of videos, the folks at Donner sent me this thing for free to check out. They didn't pay me anything else, so I'm gonna give you my honest opinion on this thing. So I gotta say, a combo delay and reverb pedal for less than $100 had me super curious. Did it have me hopeful? No, it did not, but I was really curious because a lot of you out there don't have $400, $500, $600 to drop on a delay or a reverb. So I figured, let's check this thing out and see. It might be good enough, right? So on the delay side, you've got Echo, Digital, and Vintage. And so what I assume it's probably trying to do is kind of like a tape delay, a tape echo sound, straight up digital sound, and a vintage, more analog delay sound, okay? So we'll get into some sound bites here in a second. It's pretty good. I gotta say, just the delay side is worth the $85, $100, whatever it is for this thing. I don't know, they have sales all the time. Pretty standard. It's got level, time, and repeats. And then here's the thing it's really got, which is a tone knob, which I love because it reminds me of, hang on. It reminds me of this bad boy. It's got a tone knob to roll off the high end, which is like the high cut on the old Dan Electro Dan Echo, which is one of my nostalgic personal favorites. There's a video about it on my channel. But the fact that this has a tone knob really made me curious about it. And so yeah, so let's check this thing out. So like I said, it's got a ton of repeat times. We're just gonna do a few quick demos just to check everything out on it. So when you start with the Echo setting, it's very tape delay. It's really good to kind of give you, well, that mystery train sound, okay? So like I said, I think it's got a little modulation in there. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think it sounds really good. I mean, honestly, for $80, that's a good enough sound. The digital delay sound is straight ahead, straightforward digital delay sound. Like the repeat comes in, the exact same thing comes out. Sounds really good. So let's check one of those out. And then finally the Vintage, which is kind of their digital emulation, I would say, of like a analog delay, like your DM2s and your whatnot. Gotta say, it's pretty good, especially when you get this tone knob here and you kind of peel it back. For most of this video, you'll notice I've got the tone knob at like, what is that, 9 o'clock almost all the time. I don't like a lot of high end. What I've noticed, especially with a lot of these cheaper pedals, is when you start to get a lot of high end you start to hear those digital artifacts and it starts to get a little wonky and very unpleasant to my ears. But if you roll this tone down, also the analog, pretty good. so yeah, the delay side, I like it. I really do. I think if you just got this delay side for the money, it would totally be worth it. It's really good. Oh, I forgot to mention, it's also got a tap tempo, right? Which is really handy. You just use this middle button to just kind of tap in your time, and then you're off to the races. So it's pretty good, man. I can't deny that. So yeah, so just for the delay, it's probably worth it. All right, and now let's move to the reverb side. The reverb side, I have feelings. This is the part where like they were so freaking close, man. Just so close. So first things first, I ran it in mono and it sounded awful. Didn't like it, sounded terrible. But then I figured, okay, well, I got to figure out how to talk about this thing and tell you why I don't like it. So I hooked it up to my interface in stereo, and the flipping thing opened up and sounded like a totally different pedal. So before we get going, here's what I'm gonna do first. Let's listen to this thing in mono, and then right after that, we're gonna listen into stereo so you can kind of hear that difference, and then we'll get to talking about it. See what I'm talking about? Totally different pedal when you run it in stereo. When it was in mono, it was like thin. It just didn't sound good, man. It just sounded off. So when I ran it in stereo and I ran it into my interface, like, it sounds pretty dang good. All right, and so now let's talk about the controls and stuff on the reverb side, now that we've established that you should be running this thing in stereo if you can, because it just makes a huge difference. So the first thing, you basically have level and decay, and now it doesn't say it in the manual, but the tone knob affects the reverb too, okay? So again, that's kind of why I like having it all the way down. I wish they had a tone knob for both independent. That would be really killer. And so this one basically has hall, room, and plate. And the best that I can tell, really the difference is kind of the pre-delay for that reverb. Like how quickly does the reverb kick in, right? So room is a real short time between when you hit it and the reverb starts. Hall's a little bit longer. Plate maybe is a little longer than that. It's a little hard to tell. I like the plate the most, but first let's check out the hall. And now let's check out the room. And then here's my preferred favorite setting, which would be the plate, okay? And so, like I said, if you hook it up in stereo, it's pretty dang good that way. I'll admit. Is it as good as my new neighbor Immerse that costs 2x and it's just reverb? No, not even close. But maybe you don't need to spend that much money or don't have to. Like, this could probably get you by in a situation, or if you're just playing at home and you want something. Oh, and so now let's do one more demo. I'm basically gonna just kind of set it to my favorite settings, and let's run them combined at the same time so you can kind of hear what that sounds like. All right, so there you go. So one more thing it does have, which I think is kind of nice, it has this switch in the middle that will save presets for you. So you can get two different presets, 1 and 2 here, and then N is for normal, I would guess, where you just twiddle the knobs, which is kind of neat. It's kind of nice that you could do that. Now, you know, even live, you'd have to bend over and flip it over, but hey, presets, I'm a fan of presets. If you can give me a preset, I'm probably gonna use it, all right? Okay, so I have a lot of feelings about this pedal. I feel like, man, it's like so close to being really good. I think it's okay. It's an okay pedal. Price comes into play here for sure. You know what I mean? Like, this pedal is less than $100. I think tax and all in, you'd be less than $100. They maybe are $80 right now, I'm not sure, but here's the deal. Delay side, yeah, it's pretty good. Like, you know, you can kind of get your DD3s and your DM2 sort of like that boss, especially in the short repeats, you get a good sound. I think the delay side is really good. The reverb side is the weakest link, and that's what's a shame, because everything else about it I really like. I think the form factor is good. It's hang on. It's like the same size as a Boss pedal, but you get 2 effects. Yeah, it is a B+. If it was just the delay, it's one of those things where like the delay is an A, the reverb is a C-, and so you end up with a flat old B, you know, and B's get degrees sometimes, especially when you're paying less than $100 for it. So I'll put some links below to check one out if you want. I think it's worth a look if you're looking for 2 and you don't want to spend a lot of dough. I think it's really worth a look. So check it out, and you know, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. What are some of your favorite delay reverb combo pedals, or your budget pedals that are like, man, you're like, man, if it just had this one thing, it would be a 10 out of 10. You know, it's just one of those things when you get so close to greatness, or just so close to really goodness, it's really frustrating one time. So this has been one of those pedals that I've really thought about a while, and now I'm rambling, but yeah. Thanks again, y'all. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. Click on something over here if you'd like to, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.